we go. It's ready. Alright, this is at least part 4 of this PS2 game collection. It's going to take a long time to upload all these parts. Oh god. Alright, next one we got is a game I just recently picked up at Walmart when they still sold PS2 games. And yes, they still had PS2 games in 2014. Can you believe it? But yeah, I couldn't pass this up. It's a 4 out of 5 games what I heard on Amazon. It's more of a simulation than anything else. It's Mountain Bike Adrenaline. It's still sealed. I'm keeping it that way. I'm not opening it, but I can assure you it's complete. It's brand new. I only paid $10 for it, but I actually found a non-sealed copy for like $1 or $2. So, yeah, I overpaid. But oh well. As long as I can say I bought a brand new PS2 game in 2014. That's really all I wanted to say. But that's pretty good. Full Metal Alchemist 2. Curse of the Crimson Elixir. I think this is some kind of anime, is what it is. Whoa. It's complete. It does come with the anime DVD and the game disc. There's the anime DVD. Here's the game disc. And that's there. So I only paid I paid $8 for it. Yeah. It's supposed to be pretty good. I'm not sure how the game is, but it's supposed to be pretty good. All-girl 2D fighting game. Anime characters. It's called Arcana Heart, if you want to call it that. I bought this one off what was it? Amazon, and it's complete. I played a little bit of it, but I really suck at fighting games, and this one is no exception. So I'm not really good at fighting games. The only fighting game I'm decent at is Blaze Blue Continuum Shift, and the only character I'm good with is either Jin or Noelle. So, and most of the time it's Noelle. But if you play Blaze Blue, you would know. Oh, I used to have this game back in the day, long time ago. It's called Dave Mirra Freestyle BMX 2, and there was one on the PS1, but I haven't found it yet. It's supposed to be a pretty freaking good game, really amazing. Also available on the Xbox and GameCube is what it was also available on. And it's one of those early PS2 games. Well, earlier at least. 2001, I believe. It doesn't say on the back. Too bad it doesn't say on the back, but I know it did come out. Really fun BMX game. Dragon Rage. I picked this up thinking it was a pretty good game, and it is. It's a decent game. It's complete. And, yeah, it's pretty good. I recommend it. It's kind of underrated. I've only heard like 3 people ever mention it. Well, at least 3 people on Amazon reviewed it, and that was it. Nobody else seems to know about this. Made by a game company called 3DO, which sounds familiar because they made something called a 3DO back in like the 90s, early 90s or something is what I heard. According to the Angry Video Game Nerd, that's what the 3DO was. I didn't know there was a company that made it. Oh god. I gotta move some games over here. Ah, jeez. What else we got here? We got the next stack. And let's go here. Oh gosh, more games. Tales of Legendia. This is kind of the black sheep in the Tales series. I know that. It doesn't get enough credit, even though it was made by a different company. I love it. I think it's awesome. I'd give it a 4 out of 5 game. Not as good as some of the other games in the series, but I think it's pretty good. A lot of people might disagree with me. Where should we put this? Let's start a new pile here. Ty the Tasmanian Tiger. I heard this is a pretty underrated game. And it is. I think it's also available on the Xbox and GameCube. But I have the PS2 port, and I have not played any of it. It's supposed to be pretty cool. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, this is complete, if I didn't mention it already. So, like I said, 93% of my games are complete, and in the original case. So, Rumble Racing. Oh god, I can't remember anyone ever mentioning this, and I've only just recently got it, at least 1 or 2 years ago. So I wouldn't say it's recently, but I've had it. Really fun game, I'm sure it was back in the day. I think it was made by EA. EA could make great games back in the day, and this is one of them. Really underrated, might never be a sequel to it. I don't know if it's some sequel to the PlayStation 1 game or not, but that's kind of what I remember here when I heard about this. And it's really fun. I recommend it. There we go. Move this over. Flatout 2. I love this game. It's so awesome. Complete copy. Oh man, this is fun. This is probably one of the funnest games I have. I know there's a Flatout 1, but I don't have it. I do have Flatout 2, though, which I think is definitely superior. It doesn't support the multi-tap, though. But it is a good game. I highly recommend it. Oh, man, I got a story to tell you of this one. I searched 3 to 4 years after this game came out just to try and find a copy, and I never did. I love this game. I can't express my feelings for it. I played this game so many times over, and I can beat it within 2 hours. It's so short. But it's so good, though. Especially for the fan of the TV show's perspective. Not much from a gamer's perspective, but from a TV show's... or a fan of the TV show's perspective, it's really good. It's the Dukes of the Dukes of Hazzard Return of the General Lee. I highly recommend this game. If you can find it, that is. The game runs around $20, $30 at least. And there's also an Xbox port, which I think may have been better. But this is supposed to be really fun. So it does not support the multi-tap, unfortunately. But I finally found it. It's a complete copy of it. I found 2 other copies of it now. I'm starting to see more copies of it, but I never was. And I'm just glad I own it. It's one of the rarest games I own. And it's kind of a hard game to find. But if you find it for a cheap price, I suggest buying it. You never know when it may go up in price again. Need for Speed Underground 2. Oh, I love Underground 2. But I think it's awesome. I think it just needed comps, and it would have been perfect. Need for Speed Underground 2 was awesome. The car customization in this was amazing. All I gotta say is the car customization in this was amazing. I love it. Except there's only 2 muscle cars in it, but that's fine with me. Need for Speed Most Wanted. Oh man, I remember going into Walmart back in like 06 or 07 and finding this on the shelf for 20 bucks. I couldn't pass that up, and it was an amazing game. I think this is the best one in the series right here. Need for Speed Most Wanted. I still have my original copy. I love it. It's an awesome game. I put so many hours into it over the years I've owned it. Oh man, I love it. Need for Speed Carbon. Unfortunately, my copy of the game is too scratched up to continue playing. But I did find the collector's edition at the flea market once, and I bought that, of course. And it's got some bonus cars to it. So, you can get bonus cars in the free mode. Oh, God. We got another underrated gem here called Sphinx and the Cursed Mummy. This is supposed to be a pretty good game. No, scratch that. It's a really good game. Highly recommend it, but it's really underrated. I think it's also available on the Xbox and GameCube, but I have the PS2 port. Highly recommend this game. Yu-Gi-Oh! The Duelist of the Roses. Now this, I have a problem with. It is complete. I just don't understand the battling system in this. I always lose. Even though I have the manual, I still cannot make heads or tails of it. But it's one of those card games. I had to buy it. Oh, God, dude. Alright. We got a game here called The Bouncer. I heard people love this game. Some people out there do. A lot of people hate it, but some people do. The Bouncer. I don't know what it is. I think it's one of the first Squaresoft games they made for the PS2. I may have been a launch title. I don't know. Some people love it, but I heard there's a lot of cutscenes in it. Dynasty Warriors 6. I don't know anything about Dynasty Warriors or anything about it. Unfortunately, it is missing the manual. That's fine with me. Dynasty Warriors. Totally recommend it. I recommend all the Dynasty Warriors games. Oh, wait. I heard 6 was the black sheep in the series, is what I heard. So, I don't know. Aminasha 2, Samurai's Destiny. This is supposed to be a pretty good game. The Aminasha series is kind of underrated. And it's supposed to be really good. A lot of people love it. I've heard people mention it, and it's supposed to be pretty good. Black. Oh man, this pushed the PS2 to its limits. It's almost like it tried to be an HD game, and I'm not sure if I'm missing the manual. I think I am. I think I am missing the manual to this, but it's supposed to be a really good shooter. It's almost like it tried to be a next-gen game. And I think it came out in '06, and it's almost like it was trying to be one. It runs pretty well on PS2. Maybe there's some slowdown in, but it runs pretty well. I recommend it. Dog's Life. Oh, man. I love this game. It's pretty underrated, is what I think it is. But you play as a dog in an open-world game. It's like Grand Theft Auto. I mean, it's kind of like Grand Theft Auto in a way. I love it. I mean, you play as a dog. I mean, what game in 2004 lets you play as a dog? Yeah, I don't think of it any. Unless there's Nintendogs in '05, but that doesn't really count. You don't have the open world this game gives you. And it's only on PS2. And it's complete. You can see from here. Oh, God. Love it. I rented it from Family Video a long time ago. And I kept renting it over and over. And I finally have my own copy of it. Red Ninja End of Honor. Not a very good game. But if it would have been made by a better developer, maybe they could have made something instead of just a Tenchu knockoff, is what I heard from this one reviewer. But it's alright. You can seduce people in this, because you're playing as a female. You can seduce people and, I don't know, do something with them. But that's all I know about it. I haven't played it that much. It is complete, as you can see. Mr. Mosquito. I don't have the right case for it, or the artwork, but it is. It is here, the manual, which doesn't really stay in there, unfortunately, and the disc. I might just buy the case and artwork eventually. Just see if I can find a copy of that. This is a pretty underrated game. It's pretty unique, and it's pretty, may make you feel perverted at times. But it's still a good game. I don't think Mr. Mosquito 2 was ever translated in the US. That's what I heard, so only the first one was. Seek and Destroy. I just got this recently. It's a game of tanks. Oh, the disc is in my PS2 over there, so it's obviously not here, but it is complete. And it's basically a Koryu spin-off with tanks. And it seems like it's inspired heavily by Valkyria Chronicles, or maybe on the PS3. Maybe it took some inspiration from that. I don't know. That's just what it seems like, but to me at least. Highly recommend it. Very underrated. I highly recommend this game. I think it's also available on the PC and something else. I'm not sure what else it's available on, but it's highly recommended. Lego Star Wars, the video game. I love the Lego games. This, to me, is where the series started, I believe. I love it. It's a pretty fun game. Ow. Yeah, I highly recommend it. 1 to 2 players. Pretty good game for fun co-op. Drop in, drop out co-op mode. Here we go. Ace Combat Zero, the Balkan War. This is the 6th one, and this one is $15. I think this